All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're just gonna spend maybe about 30 minutes to talk about graduate school application in the United States. I would really appreciate questions. Uh, uh, but before we proceed, I would like to confirm if what I'm trying to stream is currently going on YouTube. All right, yeah, let me confirm that it's going on. Yeah, on YouTube. Okay, yeah. So if you have any question, please drop your question. If you have any question, please go ahead and drop a question. All right, I think someone is watching already. So if you have any question, please go ahead and just drop it in the chat box. All right, so this period is a very pivotal period when we talk about graduate school application in the United States, and because by December 1st, December 15th, a lot of institutions are going to be passing their deadline for application. So it's better that I would like to put in kind of like intensify your efforts, you know, in making your application. So if you have any questions specifically, you know, just kind of like drop your question. So I will try and answer those questions. I'd like to make it more of a question and answer session. So if you have a question, please drop in the chat box. Questions, please drop it in the chat box. Questions. Right, so while we anticipate questions from people, so what I'm going to say basically is that there are certain documents that you must actually make available before you start uh, putting in your application, and the most important one is your transcript. So if you don't have a transcript, especially in Nigeria now, and with the way things are going on between ASU and the federal government, this is the best time to start, requesting for your transcript so that any kind of strike action or any kind of disruption in the academic calendar is not going to affect you. So get your transcript, get them. If you have maybe you did undergraduate you did masters, get both transcripts. They are very, very important. And when we talk about US applications, and secondly, also, you know, start, reaching out to potential recommenders, and this is always a problem for most people, uh, especially if you don't have a very good relationship with your past lecturers or professors. So please, if you're in that category, reach out to them, and start, initiating that relationship again because you're going to need them. And for me, as a rule of thumb, I always encourage people to have at least five people who can talk about their academic potential, who can talk about their research potential, and people who have had relationship with you. You don't want to use someone who had no relationship, who had no power relationship with you. So I think some people are trooping in already. So if you have a question, please go ahead and post your question. Yeah, so that we can uh, just kind of like provide perspective to your question. All right. So as I was saying, so if you're there and you don't really have a very good relationship with your past lecturers, this is the best time to start creating that relationship with them. Yeah, because you're going to need their recommendation letters. And like I said, as a rule of thumb, I always encourage people to have at least five people that they can reach out to provide reference for them, especially if you are applying to multiple schools. Sometimes your lecturers or professors might feel stretched if they are the only ones being used for multiple institutions. So it's very, very important that you watch out for that. So I talked about transcript. I talked about recommendation letters. Then also you have to look at your statement of purpose, and your statement of purpose must be tailored to the institution that you are applying to. All right, before I continue with talking about statement of purpose, I would like to go back to the recommendation issue. Please, there are a lot of recommendation samples online, and why you want to use them, be careful so that you don't plagiarize. Someone shared a story yesterday about a particular applicant who got to a stage where even the intending advisor was willing to provide support for his application, but at the last stage he had to withdraw because of uh, reference letters. The reference letters were similar. Yeah, so I think what happened was that this person drafted a letter and sent the same letter to different professors, and so which is not good enough. So if you want to drafting letters for your professor, make sure they are not identical. Because two professors cannot have the same kind of relationship with you. So I'm going back to that issue of relationship. Please, relationship is very important. So if you don't have any relationship with a professor, don't use that person. It's more of a relationship than even the status of that professor. And I always tell people, who is recommending you? The relationship that you share is more important than the status. So if it doesn't matter if the person is a professor, if the person does not have any prior relationship with you in terms of teaching, research, or mentorship, then there's no point using that person as your recommender. So I mentioned transcript, I've mentioned recommendation. Then your SOP is also important, statement of purpose. Justifying why the institution should pick you, or justifying why the department should pick you, and you must be able to prove in that statement of purpose. Okay, the sound is a bit soft. Sorry, can you hear me now? Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now? I'll not be sure before I proceed. I don't know. Can you hear me better? Is it better now? Is the sound better? Is the sound better? Okay. I can get any response. Let me check my mic settings to be sure. All right. Yeah. I don't know. So let me just proceed because I can't hear your feedback if the audio is better. Hopefully the audio is better. So like I was saying that your SOP should contain why you think the institution should consider you for a place in their program. And I always try to tell people when you want to start start with a particular overarching research problem that your intended program is going to help you to be able to solve. When I mean intended program, that means the kind of research that you want to do is going to help you solve that problem. Yeah, so that's very, very important. Yeah, so your SOP, should be authentic. Your SOP should be your story, you know, and you can't, I mean, nobody can write your story better than you are. Yeah, so you want to look at a particular research problem, that your admission into that program is going to help you solve. Then secondly, you want to look at, okay, what academic or research experience do you have in the past, that is actually, suitable or adequate for the program you're applying to. All right, so Anna said it's better. Thank you. And also, you want to look at, why did you choose the university? Is it because of the ranking? Is it because of the funding opportunities? Is it because of the opportunities that they give to international students? Then, are there faculty members that you are willing to work with that actually, shaped your decision to choosing that university? You also want to include that, Then you want to talk about your potential research and your long-term career plans, and how, the program that you're applying to is going to help you, reach that particular goal. All right. So I don't know if there's a question. Yeah, at this point. So I mentioned something about, your transcript, very important. I mentioned something about recommendation letters. Then I mentioned something about, your statement of purpose. Then sometimes some universities might require your CV. And so there's a lot of templates out there. Yeah, just make it quite authentic. And also some institution might ask for, what's it called? English proficiency test or the GRE. Yeah, so if you have no time, left, or maybe you feel like, okay, the deadlines are approaching and you cannot write the GRE, there are other institutions as well that have waived the GRE for international students. They have waived the GRE for even domestic students. So check those institutions out. They are out there, you know. Then sometimes you just have to reach out to the program contacts to ask specific questions. Then also, yeah, as touching English test, this is also very important, because some institutions might say, okay, because you are coming from a country whose native language is not English, then you have to submit English proficiency. There are ways you can go about it. There are uh, English test waivers, and there are cheap English tests that someone can take, like Duolingo as replacement. There are institutions that actually take that. And there's some institutions that just require that you submit a letter, from the registrar of the institution showing that, your education was taught in English language. So those are also avenues. And there are institutions that have also waived the English test proficiency, requirements. So watch out for those institutions. Then lastly, I'm going to talk about application fee. This is also very important, especially for US institutions. A lot of institutions they require that you pay application fee. And I also like to tell you that there are also other institutions that are waiving English, application fee. That they don't require that you pay application fee. But the challenge with this is that uh, that means there's a pool of, like there's an increased pool of people that are going to be applying, especially to places that require no application fee. So you are increasing the competition if you are only prioritizing those places. And there are ways you can actually access application fee waiver. Talk to the program contacts. Talk about, especially if you're from the country, especially if you're from the lower middle income countries. They might consider you on the basis of, poverty, on the basis of socio-economic inequalities. So you want to talk about those. And also attend, grad school panel, so at this grad school panel, so one opportunity you're going to have there is, ability to request for, application fee waiver. And not just that, They also have the opportunity of meeting with faculty members directly, and they can actually give their opinion about your suitability for that program. All right, so I don't think we have any questions, so I'm just going to stop on that. Yeah, so I wish you all the best, even as you go about your US graduate school application. Thank you.